Alright guys, we're here. Round 1, Gatecrash flashback draft, and immediately punished because I cut a planes for a mountain. This hand does nothing, because this is not a removal spell. I have to get to 4. Yeah, I gotta mulligan this. This is much better, much better. Keep that. Top of land, perfect. Alright, so extort. 3 extort creatures. You guys went to see what this mechanic is all about. It's about dinking and dunking your opponent to utter annoyance. It's especially good with flyers because you're kind of pinging them for 1 or 2 damage at a time in the air and then draining them for 1 or 2 damage at a time otherwise. It's great. Happy to have him do that to me now. I'd rather keep my other guy. So now what I want is a land, so I can play my 3 drops and start triggering this extort. All black, huh? 1/4 defender. This is very good for me, and I get a land. So this is very good for me because we have a defensive deck, which is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with me extorting. So I'm going to save this 2-drop for when I can extort twice. So I'm going to do this. So that extort will trigger. Pay black or white. Yes. Drain them for 1. Get my own wall out. Attack for 2. So this is the plan. So back to our other conversation. I said Boros and Gruul beat down were the kind of what you had to know. Ooh, that's bad for me. What you had to be prepared against in the format. So do I want to double trigger, or do I want to get this on the battlefield? I kind of want to get this guy on the battlefield next turn, and hopefully I can double extort then. Yes, and cannot pay for those guys. So, oh, did I do this wrong? Could I have used this 1 mana somehow? No, because I had to come into the battlefield. Bummer. Alright. So, yeah, the beatdown decks were the big ones, and then the black-white deck, it was defensive, had good removal spells, and the extort mechanic, like anything that would gain you life, was good. So that's kind of what happened, and the Orzhov deck ended up being real. Alright, so I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I can play this, double trigger, and equip it. Or I can do this, double trigger, and then do this, no trigger. So I don't want that. I want to save this, so I'm going to use his removal spell on something else. So I'll do this. Pay. Yes. Pay. Yes. So I already drained him for 2 for that. This is good to keep my guy alive a little bit longer. Attack for 2 in the air. So yeah, as I was saying, this deck was real. Then Dimir, from my understanding, no new blue creature in the battle controller at the top, so mills me every time. Okay. Well, this is about to be really good here. Oh, I don't have double red. Oh, bummer. So this is what I wanted to do, was give my guy +3 and double strike. Attack for 10 and then anything I play, but I do not have double red. So the question is, do I save it, or do I play it for 5 and drain once? I might save it just to see what happens here. Yes. Yes. Attack for 2. And I think I'm going to keep my riot gear on my flyer just to, in case he mills another creature. Or 2. So there's another blue creature on the battlefield. He mills me for 2. So it's clearly what he's doing, right? I think this guy's clearly a mill deck. He's got his walls up. So yeah, I think historically Dimir was one of the worst color pairs to draft. But it did have some powerful cards and powerful effects. So you see what he's doing here. It's an uncommon looter for 3, which is already good. If it just was a looter for 3 as an 0-3, I think it would be very good playable. This is actually a little better than that. It was somewhere between loot and there's another one, and draw a card per turn, because you can effectively just get the card back. She's gonna mill me again. No creatures again. Awesome. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay. So no red. So I can trigger this once to pump it. Then you would have to sacrifice a creature to give it death touch. And I think I'm okay with that. So if this is how he's going to win, he either loses one of these guys, loses that to trade, or loses that to trade. And then this guy can start coming through. So I think I'm okay with that. Even if I don't get to cast my 5-drop this turn, because I only have 1 red. So the question is, which one do I want? I think I want to get rid of the mill, because that's how... Oh, although he is going to get a creature into my library this way, and then my Kingpin's Pet is a 0. Still think I need to keep this alive as much as I can, so at least this will be an 0-1. And I'll still get to double extort on things. I think that's better. So what I'd like to do is next turn double extort. See what happens. So anyway, Dimir, yeah, weird combo. They could do some powerful things. They could do some cool things. I think he was just too clunky and slow for how aggressive this format was. But if you really got a good blue-black deck going, it was pretty powerful. It was a pretty good and fairly consistent mill deck. Their mechanic was you cast the sorceries that had Cipher on it. This is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I still want to double drain though. And then next turn maybe I can double drain again if I draw a land. I just think this is how I'm going to win here. He's got his shields up. Note, I don't think he cares about my life total because he's going to be milling me. He's got a bunch of cards in hand though. Yeah, he's trying to win by milling me. He's not very close now, but we'll see. So yeah, their Cipher mechanic, what it was is you cast a sorcery, and usually it was, like you guys saw, it was like 4 mana, opponent discards a card, or it was 4 mana, draw a card. And what happened here? Oh, you milled. Oh, bummer. Okay. Well, now I can right here my double striker. Or play my Thrall and Drain for 1. Although it is kind of annoying as that Mortis Strider, because then I attack. Yeah, it's bad. 3 mil. This guy. Oh, bummer. You know what? I can't make this. So I'd love to make a creature and then right gear that. I don't think I want to attack with this. Doesn't trample. He's going to chump block here. Goes back to his hand. He can play it again. Mill me again. So I think this is all about extorting him. I think I'm going to need to get attack with this, get a creature back, maybe get my Kingpin's pet back, drain him again, and then attack him for the last 2. We'll see. So, sorry, going back, I was explaining Cypher. You know, these bad sorceries, which were like 4 mana, opponent discards a card, there was a 4 mana, you draw a card, there was a like a 5 mana, make a 1/1 flying token. But you'd cast the sorcery, and then what you would do is you would imprint it on your creature. And what that did was, so it's kind of attached to that creature, and then every time that creature dealt combat damage to your opponent, you'd cast that sorcery again for free. So you'd basically cast a 4 mana, draw a card, put it on your unblockable creature, because Dimir had a lot of unblockable creatures. Then every time that creature would deal damage to the opponent, you would draw a card. So that's how that went. Alright. Destroy creature, not exile. Bounce a creature. Oh, this is good with extort. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, which is what I have, exactly 8. Okay, so I'm just going to attack with this. I might as well do this and see what my opponent does. So I should be winning this turn. I don't think they can gain life at all, and I'm going to triple extort them. So this guy was good too. This is their mill strategy. So sack a creature, mill me. So you do it with the Mortis Strider, because when it dies it goes back to his hand. But he shouldn't be able to mill me for that much this turn. Oh yeah, I didn't think about the Death Touch thing. Well, hopefully I win this turn, because otherwise my plan is gone. Although, I mean, I had to do that at some point. So the question is, do I kill this? No, because I need to cast this and double trigger it. Trade there. Okay. So 2. What you got? Oh, oh, that does do it. Oh, bummer. So as you see, all there. So that kill spell we saw, that 4-mana Doomblade, it was kill target non-vampire creature, and then you mill them for that creature's power. Here's counter target spell, and mill me for 2. So that's a bummer. Pay 1, yes. Well, let's see how this plays out. Hold on, actually. I might want to kill this guy so he can't go off on me. I think I'm gonna do that. So he's gonna play his Mortis Strider, mill me. Yeah, I don't want him to go off with that, so I'm gonna destroy creature. Pay that. Yes. Okay. So I just need to draw any spell so long as my Ahsoka Guards stays alive. And then I win. So that's what was happening here. So they were either milling you or just kind of grinding you out value-wise with all these cipher mechanics, you know, kind of attacking you with a 2/2 unblockable that would also net some kind of card advantage every time they dealt damage to you. There was one of these cipher cards that milled the opponent for 3, so you would attack them, you know, maybe deal a point or 2 of damage with your unblockable creature and mill them for 3, and you had all these kind of mill effects that came around. So I think it was just too slow and couldn't defend itself well enough. That's my understanding of it. Like I said, this was all from what I understood from the people I drafted with. I was pretty bad at drafting at the time, so I'm just kind of repeating what I remember. But you see how these combos kind of work. And then Simic is blue-green. That one, their mechanic was called Evolve. This was a great card, by the way. It's a 1/1 for each creature in my graveyard. So if you mill me, you can see he's now playing a 2-mana 10/10. Super goif. Alright, I just need to draw any spell right now. And I think the opponent knows that. Great. So Simic was blue-green. They had this, it was called an Evolve mechanic, which meant you see it on Experiment 1 is the card now that has that. It's played in Modern, I think. It was played a lot in Standard. So here you see this cipher. Opponent loses 3 life when it deals damage. And to an opponent, you get to cast this card again. You get to cast this drain card again. So I think I need to be faster to where this would be good if I can blood rush it. So maybe I want another mountain in there. This is probably not good enough. Maybe madcap skills. Maybe I just cut the red actually. I may want this. Text for multicolored. I may want this. He's black, so target creature gains intimidate. I can intimidate a white creature, but I don't think that's. I think I'm just gonna get there with flying. I may just not have enough red for this. This is just so good if I can just kill him out of nowhere. If I can get double red going. This might be good enough. Maybe I just cut the red here. Let's see how that looks. Add some lands. Whoa, no. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why not? Add a Shadow Slice. So I put it on a flyer every time I attack him. Maybe I want this as a ramp spell over. Let's just try this. So you get to see the cipher in action. Oh shoot! I meant to mulligan. Fuck. Oh man, this is what I do for talking. Land. Okay. A little lucky there. I mean, if I can just rail these guys out. So even though he's not attacking me at all, I did want to keep some extort creatures. I think that's how I'm going to most likely win. Well, hopefully I get lucky here. Oh, thank goodness. Really lucky. Okay. So, like I said, it's going to be a slow deck against a pretty slow deck. Okay, now I need a land so I can start doing things. This is great to put on his looter. If I draw land, I'm just going to do this sooner than later, rather than starting the extorting thing, because that's draining every turn also. You see how this goes with the whole extort mechanic, though. Alright, never mind, I'm going to put it on the Keymaster Rogue. Got a premium unblockable guy. Do I do this now? No, I think I wait. Can't be blocked. Period. Okay. No, cannot pay. So I was talking about Simic, and I'll talk about it again in a second. But I do love the flavor with these extort creatures, just like the Palace Guards. Kind of trying to collect tithes from you. There's one of them is literally called Tithe Collector. Since I don't know when this is going to happen, I kind of want to do this before he can counter it. There's no 2-mana counter spell. There is one, and it's pay X, where X is... don't know. Oh. Try it out, see what happens. I guess I'd rather him counter this than this. Great. Awesome. Okay. So that could have been problematic if I couldn't deal with that for a few turns. 3 damage unblockable is a lot. So yeah, the whole flavor with this whole set was good, but even the Kingpin's Pet, which was the other one I was doing, the 2/2 flyer, if you look at the picture, it's kind of like this. Oh shoot. It was this, there he is. You can see the picture, but I think he's supposed to be like a flying thrall that would collect tithes for the Orzhov dudes. Well, someday I'm gonna land the old triple extort. The question is whether I live that long. He's playing 5/5s. Deals combat damage at all. Okay, so I can chump block it, and it still goes back to his hand. Unless he gives it unblockable somehow. So, Simic, we're talking about Evolve. Basically, Evolve was whenever a creature came into battlefield under your control that had greater power or toughness than the creature that had this mechanic, you'd put a 1/1 counter on your creature with the mechanic. So if you have a 2/2 evolve creature out, you play a 3/3, it triggers, and it gets +1. Well, that card is very good. Bummer. Discard that. Land? No. I'd be doing really nicely if I had more lands and I could trigger all these extortions. So the evolve mechanic, basically all your creatures, and they built the creatures correctly. Like there's 1/4s, there's 0/4s with evolve. So basically, any creature you played would trigger them to give them a counter, because any creature you played would have more than 0 or more than 1 power. But also when you played these creatures, the X4s, chances are your creatures didn't have 4 toughness, so it would also trigger your other creatures with evolve on the battlefield. So it was pretty cool. It snowballed really crazily. I'm gonna lose this game. But it was pretty slow as a oh man, I'm just talking and so distracted. See, what I was gonna do is swing for 2 and then block with this. However, opponent's gonna snap block here, and I have no combat trick because I am an idiot. All right, guys, I apologize for that. I was just not thinking. I was more thinking if I wanted to attack versus chump block with a 2/2. But anyway, I've lost this game, so I was a silly keep and also mistaken keep. So yeah, that evolved deck was, even though it was slow and kind of dirtily, because you build up all these creatures, as you were dirtling, you were just building up these big creatures. So that's how that kind of came about, or why that deck was playable, is because even though you're dirtling, you were building a board state the whole time. Whereas here, unless you're doing what this guy does, which was playing big creatures like this, I'm just going to concede this game. There's no way I win this game, and I'd rather save my time for the game 3. So yeah, as you were dirtling with the blue-green deck, you would you'd go around and you'd have creatures. So you were able to have game against the aggro decks. And then that blue-green combo had some pretty good card advantage too. Probably more so than blue-black, which is interesting. There's a lot of draw card weird things going on there. So, okay. So 17 lands. I have a prism. I might not need the prism now. Maybe I just want this as a ramp spell, given all this high end, and if I'm going to play these shadow slices. Question is if I want to splash for this. It's kind of a free splash with the guild gates and the. If I might play this anyway. Although if I'm splashing, I might do that also, but. It didn't seem like he had that much removal. And this is effectively just a more expensive version of that. So it might be worth splashing this. Again, I'm trying to win quicker. Yes, I'm trying to win with extorting, but there's also 2-mana spell, which is great. So I might cut one of these. Play the cheaper version here. I think I like the riot gear. I think I might still like this. Maybe not. This is just not what I'm doing. Although, I do like just a cheap spell that I can extort a couple times. That's more of a late game kill spell. Yeah, and I don't need that 5-drop. It's just kind of vanilla here. So, play that, play that. Coat of Plains, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And a prism. 10. 4 ways to cast that. 3 ways to turn that into a creature. Why not? Good top end. If I draw any land, I can get my white. I think this is worth it. This is a good card to have at the beginning. It's a flyer that extorts. Hopefully my opponent mulligans. Alright, so in these games, I know I've been talking a lot, but hopefully you guys get a nice little history of Gatecrash and what the format's doing. I know it was a little sporadic with me trying to play and talk at the same time, and led to me making mistakes. Again, I don't think anything could have saved me that game, except for mulliganing when I should have mulliganed. Well, here it is. If I can draw a third land, I can play the key rune and then play madcap skills and just try to get there in the air. Interesting. Graveyard from anywhere. Player loses 1 life, and then it mills me. Okay. Well, I can do this at least. Can't trigger it. Start attacking. This was also great against the aggro decks because you would just kind of build your own Vampire Nighthawk thing. Okay, land. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Maybe I block. No, I mean, I don't think he's going to beat me with damage. He's going to attack me back for 4, but I mean, if I can't play my... I'm going to gain life with these spells I have, and if I don't play these spells, I lose regardless, so... So my key runing and my gaining life. I don't think I want to go all in on this yet. So I'm going to take 6 next turn. We'll see how this goes. So I can extort now and have a blocker. Where I can gain 3. I might need to just keep blockers back. I think now that I have my lands going, I'm gonna win this long game. Don't want to get beat down by the Dimir deck. So he's got the combo, but I don't think he can mill me out, and I'm just going to play this anyway on his mill guy. May have a counter spell. So maybe I want to give my creature lifelink double extort. Let's try that. So I don't really mind if he counters this. So I think I'm going to win by this. These 2 cards are going to win me the game. Yep, sweet. Alright, well, I'm not going to get beat down now, so now I need to worry about getting milled. That's it? Okay, and then he's going to sack. Yeah, So let's see how this goes. Yeah, he's got the combo there, but it's fine. I'm gonna 1,000 Lashes his Undercity and milled one card. All right, deal. Flyer. Okay. Luckily, got the Madcap skills. Can I win? I can if I can equip that. So, Madcap here. Pay for that. Yeah, I got this. Cool. Pay one, yes. Pay one, yes. He's at 7. He's got Menace. Equip that there. Attack with my Battle Cruiser. 7/5 Menace Lifelink. And it's game. Alright. Match 1 in the books. Hopefully I won't be talking so much nonsense the next games, but there it is. I will be back for round 2.